What is going on, honey? This is your girl, April Benet Sunshine. Welcome to Tea and Whiskey with Sunshine. So, y'all know the whole big deal. Wait, before we get started, please make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. And let's get started. So, y'all know this Lifetime documentary, Surviving R. Kelly, has hit America by storm. And there's so many conflicting, it's just you have one side where people are saying, you know, leave him alone. Why didn't they come forth until now? They're just trying to, you know, tear up his legacy. And, you know, I hear that part. I do. And then there's this other side where people are like, you know, he's a monster and he needs to go to jail, and, you know, what are we waiting on? And, you know, he's horrible. So it's like, what do you do when you find out that one of like the most amazing superstars, amazing songwriter, the amazing musical genius may not be who you think they are? Like, I'm still trying to get over Bill Cosby being in prison for the things that he allegedly has done, you know? So anyway, so part one of this, I don't know how many commentaries I'm gonna do, but y'all, I'm just gonna get started because I know a lot of people hate to hear all that talking and stuff at the beginning, because I'm one of them. So here we go. So of course the series, it comes on Lifetime. It's Surviving R. Kelly, and it basically has a listing of all these different victims who are coming forth, and everybody is saying the same thing. And then you have prior tour managers, different cast, different people who work with him, and different staff members. And his two brothers start off at the very beginning. His two brothers, Kerry and Bruce. Bruce is actually in prison telling his story. And Kerry, I don't know where he is, but he's not in prison. So it starts out with his two brothers. They're talking about their childhood with R. Kelly. And R. Kelly was supposed to be, he was exposed to sex at a young age. He was molested from the ages of 7 and 14 by family members. So R. Kelly actually openly admitted that on an interview that he had some years back. And so, of course, the brothers talk about how, you know, he was molested and how he was exposed to sex early. And actually was Kerry, his brother Kerry, who actually said that both of them were molested at young ages. They didn't go into detail as to who it was, but they just said family members. Now, one thing that stood out to me was his brother Bruce, that's in prison, basically said, everyone has a preference. What's the big deal? He goes, I prefer older women. Okay. What's the big deal? He has a preference. He likes younger girls. And it's like, yo, that shouldn't be an option or preference, you know? And yo, I was like, sir. But of course, this brother's actually in prison. We don't know what he's in prison for. But they're basically saying that R. Kelly would go to his old high school and pick up high school girls. Okay, so of course so R. Kelly grew up, he could not grasp reading and writing. He just could not grasp it at all. So he grew up not knowing how to read or write, and that just really messed up his self-esteem, and he was picked and teased on. So I'm sure they had the kids reading out loud. I hated reading out loud myself, but anyway. But yeah, so they were saying that, you know, he was very charming, and every victim says the same thing, that they met him when they were young, preferably like 16, 17 years old, and they wanted to pursue their careers. And it goes from pursuing your music career, him bringing you to the studio and showing you around, and you like taking all this in, like, oh my God, I'm with R. Kelly and I'm about to pursue my music career. And then of course it all starts with the kiss, or him making a sexual advance. And then it goes from there, because like, well, I want to pursue my career, so this is what I'm gonna have to do. And of course, their plight is, I was young. I didn't know any better. He took advantage of me. He took advantage of my vulnerability and things of that sort. So we'll get into that soon. But then what trips me out, okay, y'all, is they go into details about certain songs that were written. Like some of my favorite songs, like Slow Dance, Slow Dance and Sex Me and Bump and Grind and 12 Play. They were basically saying these songs were basically written, they're actual stories of actual girls he may have had encounters with, or experiences or relationships he may have had. Like they said, during the recording of Slow Dance, one of the background singers said, I forgot what her name was. She said during the recording of Slow Dance, he was having sex with the girl in the booth, had her bend over from the back. He was bending over from the bike. Okay. That threw me for a loop. I mean, and that was the perfect time to cut to a damn commercial, because I was like, oh, this is getting crazy. So to hear all his songs, Sex Me, Bump and Grind, 12 Play, then to know a real person was behind it, it's like, oh man, it's crazy. Like, y'all, it's a lot to take in. And then of course there's this whole situation where, oh, where we go, why black people have to put down each other, and we always jump on the bandwagon and put each other down, and we are, Bill Cosby's already in prison now, R. Kelly, and why are we doing this? And it's like, yeah, you do question, why these guys, why not Charlie Sheen? Why not Kavanaugh, the new judge that they just put in after that lady came out and said that what he did to her, and they basically just denied everything, and then Trump made fun of her, and he has his job for life. Charlie Sheen is still out here shooting positive bullets. You know what I'm saying? Giving people HIV and stuff. And his thing is, oh, they knew about it. Man, that's bullshit. Anyway, but why R. Kelly? Why now? Why at this time? Why at this moment? And it makes me question it as well. It does. It's like, what do you do? What do you say? But then, of course, it makes you want to watch anyway, right? So, then, of course, as the story continues, they bring up the whole R. Kelly and Aaliyah situation, y'all. Oh God, this was one of those things that everybody, the industry, the tabloids, media, everybody swept this thing under the rug. It was never brought up. It was never discussed. After everybody was like, what's going on? What's this? What is this? What is this? Everybody was like, well, they're married. And then they're like, well, it's rumors. And of course they did interviews together, and they were dressed alike. And she said he was her best friend. And she's my buddy. And then, later on, an old tour manager says that, yeah, they got married. And it's like, what? And they lied about her age. And the signature for a parent was forged. And my thing is, y'all saw all this happening. A background singer said that she saw R. Kelly having sex with Aaliyah on the tour bus. Okay? I guess they hit a bump. The door flew open, and there it was. And after that, it's like she said, well, the whole family fell apart. Lives were just destroyed after that. And I'm like, okay, so why didn't nobody go to the police or the authorities and do something then? Like, why now? That's the whole thing. It's like, well, they were victims, and when you're a victim and you're in it and you don't know what to do, and I get that. I totally get that. I have been a victim of emotional abuse, verbal abuse. I know how it feels to be manipulated and under like someone's, I guess, spell, if you will, of like the art of manipulation. I know what that feels like. But when I woke up out of that trance, when I finally came to myself, I went off on the person that was abusing me, and I let everybody around me know this person was abusing me. I did that, but everybody has their own way of how they handle things, and I guess their way of dealing with it is coming up with this documentary to talk about it. Because honestly, y'all, I want to empathize with these victims. Well, I'm sorry, survivors. I want to empathize with the survivors. I do, but at the same time, As you all continue to talk, y'all are telling on each other. You're telling on yourselves. R. Kelly's ex-wife openly admitted, she said, hold on, let me find my note, y'all. I'm sorry. She said, I never thought that I would be the one that would turn the blind eye. I just thought I was loving him through it. What? I was loving him through it. I never thought I would turn the blind eye. And I'm sorry, y'all. I really want to empathize with these people. Y'all, I'm sorry. I really want to empathize with these women. I do. But it bothers me that all of y'all that are telling this story, I'm not talking to the women. They were children at the time. I'm talking about these grown ass people. You were grown when you met him. I'm talking about tour managers. I'm talking about ex-wife. I'm talking about all of these people who worked with and around him. Y'all saw him asking for young girls. Y'all went and gathered these young girls. And y'all didn't do anything? Y'all didn't think it was a problem? Y'all didn't even think this was a big deal? Like, y'all, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm trying to... Y'all, this is heartbreaking. This is so heartbreaking. What do you mean? What do you mean? That's just what he liked. And this one guy, I forgot his name. He worked with him. He was a producer or what have you. And he was like, you know, at some point, I started noticing all these young girls, and I just couldn't be a part of it no more. So you just left, and you just left all them babies there like that. You just left all them girls like that. So, if this really happened, if R. Kelly goes down, all of y'all need to go down. All of y'all. Every last one of y'all that was grown during that time frame. All of y'all need to go to jail. All of y'all need to go to jail for human trafficking. Y'all, whoo. Seriously. And then on the flip side with the survivors, it's like, okay, you were lured in because he was charming, and he presented you this lifestyle, and he promised that he would work with you in your career and all of that. And some of those things were happening, and then of course at some point it stopped and you became his sex slave. After that first kiss, after that first sexual advance, after that first wrong touch, that was your red flag to get the fuck up out of there. The first time he put his tongue in your mouth, you should have ran for dear life. That's it. That's it. And I understand, you know, there was, you know, people were vulnerable, and, you know, women are I get the whole vulnerability, and you were naive. I get that part. I do. Please, y'all, don't take what I'm saying out of content and just don't take it for what I'm saying. I get it that you didn't know, and you were naive, and you were just chasing your dream. I get that. I get it. But as time progressed, and as he stopped helping you with your dream, and when it became do as I say and call me daddy, and you can only talk to me, you can't talk to nobody else, you can't talk to your family, you get the phone call when I say you get the phone call, at some point, did you stay? What were your intentions for staying before it got to that point? Were they pure? Knowing what you knew, your intentions were not pure either. His intentions weren't pure after he asked for the first advance, or after when he started having sex with you. After the first kiss, I I would have been out. I would have been gone. I would have been calling the police. I would have been sending smoke signals. I would have done something, you know. But that's me. I can't speak for everybody else. And I'm not going to make people who really have been victimized feel like it's their fault. That is not what I want to do here. And that's not what I'm going to do here. I'm not. But y'all, this is some serious shit. Not to mention, there was a lady who brought up how Elvis Presley, we all know about Jerry Lee Lewis. He married his 13-year-old cousin. That's a double negative. She was a minor and she was your cousin. Okay? They didn't divorce. His career went to shit, but he didn't go to jail. If he did, let me know. Put it in the comments, because I'm not sure. And Elvis Presley, when he went off to war, he brought back Priscilla Presley. And she was a teenager at the time. He brought a girl from Europe. Did Priscilla ever get her green card? Okay. Brought back a foreign child. And she was a teenager when they were married. So, this lady was saying rock stars have always been that way. Young girls always flock to them. You know what I'm saying? That's what she was saying. These victims have caught STDs. It's crazy. It's crazy. Now, back to the whole Aaliyah thing. Age ain't nothing but a number. A song about a young girl wanting an older guy to go all the way with her. Okay. Aaliyah's parents trusted R. Kelly. They played on the public about their relationship. R. Kelly and Aaliyah did. When R. Kelly and Aaliyah got married, Aaliyah was 15. R. Kelly was like 27, I believe. And they basically said she was 18. So I'm sure they got some fake IDs or whatever. And they went and got married because she was pregnant. So it looks like, and it based on what they're saying, R. Kelly confessed in one of his the most recent song he put out on SoundCloud. It's called I Admit. The only thing he admitted on that whole damn song was his love for Aaliyah. All he said was, I admit I did some things that wasn't right. I'm not perfect, but with Aaliyah, that was love. So he admitted to that. The only thing he admits to as far as statutory and stuff is concerned is Aaliyah. And of course, Lifetime kept flashing that disclaimer that R. Kelly denies all the claims as far as, activities with minors and all that stuff. So they did just enough to not get sued. Okay. Whew. Oh my God, y'all. I'm sorry I got so emotional because I just think about just all of the shit that this documentary is basically. They're painting him to be this monster, like this predator and this horrible person. And how would you feel if that was this documentary? Everybody is gathered together with all of these stories and they all sound the same about you, and ain't shit you can do about it. I mean, well, there was something out that R. Kelly said he is actually in the process of suing Lifetime. And a lot of people saying they don't blame him. They don't blame him for suing Lifetime for, you just gonna I ain't even dead. You gonna put out a whole 3-part series about how fucked up I am. And I'm sitting here. I'm just sitting here looking at it. Just sitting here looking at it. Okay. Yeah, okay. It's crazy. Now, as far as even Wendy Williams, y'all, Wendy Williams, okay? Wendy Williams and John Legend, okay? Anyway, Wendy Williams said he didn't have to do much to get girls. And all the survivors say that they all met the same way. Well, Wendy Williams said, we all were in denial and we didn't see it as far as R. Kelly is concerned. And she also said he was hiding in plain eye. She said he was hiding in plain sight. I'm sorry, I'm reading my notes. I can barely read my handwriting. It's weird. Yeah. She said he was hiding in plain sight. But I remember Wendy Williams was talking about R. Kelly. She the one that told everybody he couldn't read and write. She was on her show, and somebody, when all these accusations first came out, and Wendy Williams was doing her show, and when somebody mentioned, when she talked about R. Kelly, she said, I'm not even going to do that. And she just broke out and started crying. And I was like, she knows some shit. She knows some shit. So a part of me is like, well, is she partially producing this thing? Because she did produce that whole TLC and Aaliyah situation. So I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I'm sorry. Everything is just so scattered. I have so many thoughts going to my mind. But they're basically saying that he was very controlling. He had guys watching over the girls. They couldn't go anywhere. They stayed to pursue their dreams. They had to call him daddy. And they talk about how he never spoke of his marriage to Andrea Kelly. I mean, nobody knew about Andrea Kelly until she was on that reality TV show called The Exes, you know, because it was Prince's ex-wife, Will Smith's ex-wife. It was one of the first reality TV shows that came out. And nobody knew that R. Kelly was married. Okay? Like, yeah. She met R. Kelly when she was 19. They were married in 97. And she said the relationship was beautiful. And then it changed. But what did it for me was when she said she never thought she'd be the one to turn the blind eye. I was like, girl, you knew. You was married to him. And you knew. You had 2 babies by him. And you knew. You knew. All these people talking about that worked for him, y'all knew. And y'all didn't do anything. Y'all didn't say anything. I'm telling y'all, money, the love of money is the root of all evil. Not the love of money. Not money itself, but the love for money. If you people love money so much, they'll do anything. Like that song, some people got to have. I'm telling you, the love of money is the root of all evil. You'll do anything for it. You'll be quiet and let children get caught up and molested for a check. Y'all. And what did it for me also? 2 things. R. Kelly wrote You Are Not Alone, sung by Michael Jackson. One of Kelly's victims was pregnant and she had a miscarriage. And she said he played the song for her, like after she had a miscarriage, because she was in mourning. He played the song for her, and he said he was thinking of her when he wrote it. You Are Not Alone. I thought that song was Michael wrote that song to, what's her name? Lisa Presley, Elvis Presley's daughter that he married. I thought he wrote it for her. Oh my God. Also, y'all, it's just so much. Let me just skim through these notes. Yeah, all of his songs were written about different girls he may have had encounters with. And Sparkle. Hey, girl. She said Better Be Careful was about Kelly's controlling ways. From wardrobe, style. She said the way she had to flick her hair a certain way. He was in control of all of that. And, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm emotional. I'm trying to gather myself together. I'm sorry. This is the most realist commentary I think I'll ever do. Yeah, and then she said she introduced her niece to R. Kelly at 12 years old. Bitch, you knew. You knew he was fucked up. You said when you first went to his studio and y'all were hanging out and y'all were watching basketball and there was some food downstairs and there was a knock on the door. And she said she heard it, but Kelly didn't say anything. He was so engulfed in the game. So a knock on the door again. And she said, Robert, don't you hear the door? And he was like, oh yeah, what's up? Who is it? It was his wife, Andrea, asking if it was okay she come in and get some food. And he was like, oh yeah, yeah. She said, not me. I don't want that. Girl, look, when you saw that, what? Listen, y'all, money, the love of money is the root of all evil. I am upset that these people literally saw, watched, gathered these young girls, okay, for him. He got so big that he paid people to gather them for him. And y'all didn't say nothing? Y'all just eventually just quit. All of y'all, if R. Kelly goes down, all of y'all need to go down. All of y'all need to go down with him. Sparkle, and you need to go down for giving your niece to R. Kelly. Why would you allow him to be at his house by herself? Talk about they're going to have a party with all the kids. Hell to the no. Seriously? And you knew about the Aaliyah situation? You knew about this. The whole tour bus knew about him fucking Aaliyah and getting her pregnant and then getting married. They were married for 6 months and her parents had it annulled when they found out about the fuckery. Y'all knew, you saw all of this shit happening and you still took your 12-year-old niece to him hoping that he would help her career. At first, I was ready to jump on the bandwagon and be like, yeah. Put him away. Yeah. He's a monster. He's a fucking monster. He's motherfucking monster. I was ready to just throw the torch. You know how them old school, get the pitchforks and have the town people just march to the castle to overthrow the king. But this is just like the first episode. After listening to these, my heart goes out to them. It does. The victims, the survivors, yes. But I don't feel sorry for the ex-wife. Because you knew he was doing that shit. He was abusing you too. I'm not denying that he did not mistreat you and abuse you. I'm not discrediting that. I'm upset that you knew he was fucking young girls. Minors, babies. Hymen ain't even been broke yet. Probably ain't had their first pap smear yet. You knew this shit and you stayed. You openly admitted that you turned a blind eye. You said that. All of y'all forged him and Aaliyah's marriage certificate. She was 15. All of y'all saw that and didn't do or say shit. Y'all, as I digress, we're gonna go ahead and tune in to these next 2 episodes and see what else they have to say. There may be some sort of a leveling field. This was just a takeoff. This was just a takeoff. This is this is crazy. This is malarkey. This is the takeoff. So I think we've actually we're now on automatic pilot with this thing, and we finna just see where it's gonna take us. Cause I don't know how to feel. I don't know how to feel. Yes, R. Kelly was wrong. Wrong as fuck. Wrong. Wrong as 2 left feet. Okay? Wrong is as silky weave with coarse roots. And he was just wrong. Wrong. That whole Aaliyah thing. And then the tape when he pissed on the baby. That right there. So I can believe these ladies coming forth. I can believe the story. I can, because there was an actual tape that showed him peeing on the baby. You know, there was an actual marriage where he married a 15-year-old and lied and said she was 18, and had the parents' signature forged. And then wait a minute, y'all. I forgot about this part. Paid Aaliyah $100. Let me make sure I read it right, because I wrote it down according to the way they put it on the TV. R. Kelly paid Aaliyah $100 for her to agree not to sue for legal action. So whatever, what happened to the baby that she was allegedly pregnant? You know, when she was pregnant, what happened to the baby? I didn't hear about any abortions or anything, or if the baby's still alive. Y'all let me know. Maybe I need to just go back and watch that part again. But where was the baby? And it looks like most of the victims they're having miscarriages. Y'all, woo, Lord. Yes. Lord have mercy, y'all. Lord have mercy. This is too much. I can't deal. All right, y'all. So, thank y'all for watching. Please make sure you like and subscribe. I'm April Bonet Sunshine. Thank you for listening to me rant about this surviving R. Kelly. Here's the thing. We're just gonna keep watching. That's what we're gonna do. I also have a podcast called Tea and Whiskey with Sunshine. I've been posting it. So thank y'all for liking and watching. Got more commentaries coming soon. Of course, you can always go to my IG page, which is Tea Time with Sunshine with 2 underscores, Tea Time _with _sunshine. And you can catch all of my commentaries, like footage, because I can't do a lot of footage on YouTube because of copyright issues. So, if you want to see, you know, some of my funny commentaries, you're more than welcome to go to, and Facebook. I do the commentaries on Facebook as well. My Facebook is April Bonet Sunshine, and the actual Facebook page is Tea and Whiskey with Sunshine, using the and sign. Tea and Whiskey with Sunshine Facebook page. So look me up, and thank you guys for watching, and we're going to tune in again and see what else they're going to say. But they all need to go down. If R. Kelly go down, they all need to go down. Every last one of them need to go down. All them if you were grown and you watched him do that shit and you helped him and you located girls, your ass need to be going down too. I'm sorry. So, you know, I even told one of my friends, I was like, you know what? Maybe this is all their flea bargain. You know, the feds have enough evidence, but not enough. But if we have the last piece of evidence, if we get one more piece, all of y'all going down. So your plea bargain is, let's do this commentary. So y'all tell y'all side, y'all confess to what y'all know, so y'all won't get, you know, thrown under. That's just a hypothetically speaking. That's probably not even the case, but I wouldn't doubt it. But anyway, all right, I'm done now for real. Woo! Y'all have a good evening, and I will see y'all in a little bit for maybe a part 2 or part 3 or whatever. So, all right, let me go take some medicine to calm my nerves or something. Bye.